Hello, I'm Felicity Cohen. I'm so excited to introduce you to my Wellness Warriors podcast. For over 20 years, I've been a passionate advocate for helping thousands of Australians find solutions to treating obesity and health-related complications through surgical intervention and holistic managed care. My podcast is dedicated to all the people, past, present and future, who have helped shape my journey and continue to inspire me to work consistently to achieve a healthier Australia in both adults and future generations. I hope you enjoy it. Hello, I'm Felicity Cohen. Welcome to my Wellness Warriors podcast. This is a really special episode that I'm so excited to present to you today. Right throughout 2021, I've interviewed some incredible guests for my podcast. And at the end of every single podcast, I ask the same question: what does wellness mean to you? And for over 50 episodes, believe it or not, every single response has been so different. I've found it really inspiring to listen to each of my guests, give us some insight into what wellness actually means to them. And I really hope you'll enjoy this episode because it's filled with such diversity. It's so interesting to note that wellness is such an individual thing. It is different for everybody. What does that look like for you? Is it about your health and well-being? Is it spiritual? Is it something more? Is it about your family, your children, physical, mental, spiritual health, and all of the different components and pillars of wellness that all come together? There are so many common denominators, but expressed in so many beautiful different ways that this episode has to be my absolute favourite for 2021. I'm not going to spoil it by telling you which one was my favourite because there absolutely is not one that I could tell you is my favourite. They are all exceptional. I'm grateful to every single guest who's made the time to share with me their beautiful stories of wellness right throughout 2021. I hope you enjoy this episode, and I really look forward to bringing you many more wonderful, varied and exciting episodes with some fabulous guests right throughout 2022. Thank you so much for joining me.
To me, wellness is just about being content in what we do, life in general, getting to a stage where you just enjoy life. That's the most important thing. And by having a decent diet, by looking after yourself, keep being motivated, hanging around with the right sort of people and interacting with all my friends and colleagues and family. To me, that's wellness. It's a big picture. So, and obviously food's a big part of that. We like to eat out a lot in Australia. That's one thing I do like about the Europeans, where they eat together. So to me, that's why they're a big happy family. So that's what it's all about for me.
For me, it's being connected to your body, feeling that you really inhabit your body and that you're part of it, that it's not something separate. And I definitely fluctuate on that. Sometimes I feel like it's completely out of control, and then other times I feel like I'm more at one with it. I feel like it's being connected to your family around you, making sure that the time you do spend with them is really quality time. Both myself and my partner work full time and we have a 5-year-old, but we don't get a lot of time with her, but when we do, you've got to really make it count. And I also think it's being really connected to nature. So having a space around you that isn't a built human environment, having a lot of connection, and just I think getting the visual feedback and all your sensory feedback from being in the natural environment can make such a difference to your wellness and your mental health, and being able to regulate your emotions and calm down at the end of the day without needing a glass of wine.
Wellness to me is it's a holistic sort of term, really, because wellness is something that you can only measure individually, but also it's about that physical wellness, so physical health and well-being, the mental health and well-being, that spiritual health and well-being, and how does that come to be part of you as that triune being? Like, if any of that's out of balance, then it's all out of balance.
I think it's an ease there. It's an ease when you are at ease with yourself, when you are at ease with who you are, is wellness. When you're at ease with what you are, who you are, your goals, your achievements, when you when you're at ease with yourself, and wellness warrior, it's a great line, it's a great topic. You might not reach your wellness yet, but you are a warrior. You are absolutely punching your way to, you see your wellness and where you want to be, and you are getting yourself as close to that stage in life, which is a state of satisfaction with yourself, with your health, with your diet, with your family, with people around you.
I think there's so many different aspects of wellness, and the importance of those different aspects is different for everybody. So for me, it is being able to, wellness is a happy family, and that is probably key for me, as well as being healthy and in terms of intake and exercise, and I know that's important for my mind health as well. And so prioritising the things that make me happy, and if I'm happy, then I can be a better mum and a better partner.
For me, wellness is about being able to physically do things, to mentally be able to push yourself beyond what you think you can do, to push through those limitations, and I am feeling so well in myself that I'm ready to take on challenges. I'm not scared anymore. The old me had that fear and just couldn't push past it, but thanks to wellness and everything like that, I can push myself further than I ever have before. I'm feeling great. I feel happy.
It's just an appreciation of this. Like, this is such a gift, what we live in every day. As I said, it is our real estate. The way I teach people is, if our brains and our thought processes were the employee of this, the employee, how well would you treat it? So if you were the boss of this, would you, talk to it badly? Would you work it 24/7, 365 days a year without giving your employee a break? What type of boss do you want to be to help with this out? And then I always say to people, if this was someone you loved, and it should be, because you live with this 24/7. So if this was someone you really cared about and really loved, whether it's your child, whether it's your father, brother, mother, someone you really cared about and loved, would you treat it differently? If this was your child, would you speak to it the way you do? If this was your child, would you feed it the way you do? If this was your child, would you move it more or less? Would you give it more sleep or not? So it really gives a different perspective on health. We've got to start understanding that this is the only thing that's going to keep us alive, because it's the only thing that's going to keep us alive, is our body. So that's where wellness for me comes from, a true appreciation of the makeup that this is.
Wellness means not being restricted by any of my physical aspects to do what I want to do, whether it's living my life to the fullest, or jumping in the pool with my daughter, or if I want to go skydiving one day, I should be able to do that, or whatever. Having that health means that you have the confidence to take on life and whatever it throws at you. And I think wellness is that you have the confidence that you can face life.
Look, wellness for me really means both physical and mental health. I think it's both of those things, and neither is more important than the other. They're both equally important. And I think, if one is lacking, then certainly you'll find that the other one will be lacking too. And so I think really sort of splitting your goals into two, but also understanding the correlation between being physically healthy and what that means to your mental health. So if we look at the amount of people who rely on antidepressants, for example, anxiolytics for anxiety, a lot of their problems can be solved through some high intensity exercise, strength and conditioning, and refocus. And sometimes that's all it is, it's just a bit of refocus to actually be going in a different direction. And sometimes we need to do a U-turn, and we just need to change direction, because obviously the way we're going is not the right way. And so I think a combination of both mental and physical health is very, very important. And so if you are struggling with mental health issues, then you need to look and see, well, is there a correlation between my lack of activity or lack of physical health, rather than walking into the GP's office and saying, I'm not feeling right, or I'm feeling down, or I've got anxiety, you know. And that may mean that, yes, you still need to go to the GP's office, but maybe not get a tablet. It may mean that, you know, that's an opportunity for you to go and talk to somebody who can help you through and refocus and change direction and, you know, find a different fork in the road, so to speak. So those two things probably are very, very important. I don't think one can live without the other.
It means growing old, I suppose, and being around for my kids. So it was tackling, you know, the health issues before they arose. So before, you know, the diabetes and the things like that kicked in. So wellness is just being there for my family and being happy and healthy together.
Looking after yourself and your family. Big thing is taking some time to prioritise your own health first.
For me, wellness is a state of being, and it's asking for help. I think there's too much stigma put on not asking for help. If someone had diabetes, they ask a doctor for help. If someone has asthma, they ask a doctor for help. If someone has back issues, they ask a chiropractor for help. But when it comes to weight, we won't ask for help. We try and struggle and do it ourselves. When it comes to our mental wellness, we struggle and try and do it ourselves. If you are struggling in that area, whether it's weight or something that I love is that you guys offer a psychologist as well. Sometimes your weight loss journey starts in your mind, and I think when it comes to wellness, deal with in here while you're dealing with everything else, because if you can't get what's right in here happening, you can change everything about your external appearance. You can have surgery, you can have plastic surgery, but you won't change your mind. So for me, wellness is always about asking for help.
Wellness for me is having enough energy to do everything I want to do and still be the best version of myself for my loved ones.
I love that.
And it's very much that, just being passionate about life, engaging, and for me it's very much from the inside out. So it's nourishing, you know, mind, body and spirit, but really being able to embrace life. So it's not, you know, just about how good you look in a bikini or any of that sort of very superficial stuff. It's really being able to have the energy, the strength, the confidence to do what you want to do.
For me, wellness means that you don't feel your body. And for me, I've always felt that's a real blessing, because, you know, when people get older, they start creaking and they can't bend down. And for me, being flexible and not being able to feel my body is a great, great blessing. And I've worked to make that the case. So I think not feeling my body is one aspect of that. But I think also being capable of living your best life. Because when your mood is stable, when the weight that you feel good at, when you have lots of energy, when you don't have cravings, when you can think clearly and creatively, you have the capacity to live out your dreams.
Wellness is very much, for me, it's a state of being. It's a state of, it's a complete body, whole body approach. And that is my mind and my thoughts. It is the way that I live my day to day, but it's also the ease of that. I think if I'm living a healthy lifestyle, but it's a chore and it's difficult, I'm not sure that I'm not completely in a space of wellness, because it takes a lot of effort for me to do that. So wellness for me is the automaticity of living a healthy lifestyle.
Wellness means that regardless of your age, you're able to get out of bed, move your body the way you want to move it, you know, regardless of disabilities, move your body the way you want to move it, and have a buoyant and optimistic approach to whatever lays ahead in your day, and to get up the next day and do exactly that. So I think that's it. If you can do all of those things today, it's just a matter of being mindful that you need to support your body a little bit more carefully as you age in order to continue to enjoy your day and get the most out of each and every day you have.
Well, health's everything, isn't it? You know, money can't buy health. So I love feeling great, you know. I love feeling healthy. So it's everything, and I want all my family and loved ones to be healthy too. So it's everything.
Wellness to me means wholeness in my soul first, wholeness in my mind, wholeness in my body, although right now my little temple's looking a bit like a tabernacle, and wholeness in my relationship, because I think they all work together. If my body is fit and healthy, but my relationships are depleted, really, if I've got a great relationship, if my body's depleted, sick, it's that holistic approach.
Wellness means to me feeling excited about life, starting the day feeling excited, just feeling open to everything coming your way. And you can only feel that way if you're not in pain, if you're not thinking about your body, you know, like if you're just kind of fresh moving forward. So when my body is a healthy vessel, I can do that. And when it's not, I really notice.
Wellness for me is happiness. I think happiness within yourself, because then that resonates on other people. If you're happy, your mood infects people around you. And if you're happy and you're vibrant, then generally I think that your wellness, you're in the right path for healthy, happy wellness. And I think it all collides into one. And yeah, wellness is those things to me. It's about being infectious with your attitude and being upbeat and happy.
Wellness to me means wholeness, and wholeness means if there's all the different parts of me that make me up. I like to use a boardroom table analogy, that we have all these little board members that sit around this table, and I have, present me, little me, anxious me, angry me, mom, friend, sister, daughter, therapist, like all the different parts of myself. That the parts of me that I find hard to love, or the parts of me that I want to reject or abandon, that I go find them, I recover them, I allow them to sit at the table, I reconcile with them, and I integrate with them. So that could be things I'm ashamed of that I've done, that have happened to me, parts of me that I struggle with, say lazy me, or any of those kinds of parts of me that I find hard to love. I think wellness means wholeness, that all of those parts of me are allowed to sit at the table. All of those parts are loved, welcome, receive compassion. And that wholeness is what equals wellness, I think.
Wellness is, for me, it's very much the feeling of being healthy and active. I think if you're able to live an active life and you're feeling confident.
Just in touch with what it means to be your authentic self. And like for me, exercise helps me to feel into who I am. So then I'm not frazzled in any way, my mind is clear. Yoga helps me to stay grounded and feel capable of anything. The breath makes you feel so relaxed and clear. Like there's so many pathways into accessing your true nature and your authentic self. So when you're in touch with that, you feel more joy, you feel more connection to your partner, to your kids, to everyone. So for me, wellness is leading with the heart and getting back into your body and feeling really comfortable with that.
Choice and possibility. To get a good education, your parents always said, get a good education and lots of doors open up for you. Okay. Have the perfect state of mind and there's not one door that's closed. Ever. So, choice. Then the possibilities for you to enter any door that you want. That's what wellness means to me.
Wellness means healthy mind, healthy body, that then translates into a healthy life, that the things that we attract into our life are a result of our inner state. And when we start to really address our inner state, that's our state of mind and our physical, mental, emotional body, then we'll start to find that the outside world will naturally start to take care of itself and be aligned with that state of frequency that we've connected with inside of us. So wellness inside first, the wellness outside second.
wellness is an all-encompassing concept to me. So wellness is not necessarily about balance or what I'm eating or what I'm exercising, but it's also my connection that might occur in my life as well, and that could be to family or friends depending on stage of life. So wellness is an all-encompassing state of mind for me, as well as the behaviours that you might see that kind of, indicate things like that. So I guess if I was to sit back and sort of say at any moment, am I practicing wellness in my life, it would be a jigsaw puzzle piece.
Loving yourself and helping others to love themselves in a beautiful cycle of love and strength and health and mental health, physical health. It's all connected. For me, wellness is a continual cycle, sphere of strength and energy and beauty and love and all those good things. Be well. Wellness is all around, and it's in every single one of us. And once you empower yourself to help yourself and in turn help others, this strength can only be improved and scaled and built and shared.
Yeah, that's a great question. To me, wellness means not knowing about it, not thinking about it. That's what wellness means to me, right? Because I think when you can just engage in life without an awareness of wellness, you've probably got it.
Wellness means freedom. So to me, to be well means that I can breathe the air and I am free. So it's a sense of freedom to enjoy everything around me, to know that I'm free to love and be and can do what I need to do, that I have the capability and capacity, and if I don't, then I'm unable to do so. So that's what wellness means to me. It means that I'm mentally free and I'm physically free and I'm emotionally free to do things.
Wellness means to me to be able to put on my hiking boots, put my backpack on, and to wander into the bush by myself and feel confident that I'm safe, I'm strong, I'm flexible, and I can climb over rocks. I can do whatever I want. That to me is wellness. When I can do that, everything is great in my life.
Well, I think wellness is just, it's when you're looking at physical and mental, it's just making sure that they both tie up and how they both interconnect. I think if physically you're feeling good, mentally you're feeling good, and vice versa. So I think that's the wellness of all of that is really important, but it's also the wellness of just not you, but also the people around you as well. Because when you go and say hello to someone and they're Debbie Downer, your wellness goes down. Yeah. So it's really important that your physical, mental match, but also you're helping everyone else around you so that you stay up as well.
Wellness to me means happy mind, happy body, happy spirit, happy me. It's such a holistic approach to wellness, because it's like mental wellness, heart wellness, gut wellness. It's, body, mind and spirit.
So there's obviously mental wellness, there's physical wellness, there's financial wellness, and all those pillars of health. So that's sort of the generic answer. But personally, what wellness or well-being means to me is if I can go to bed at night and put my head on the pillow and fall asleep and stay asleep all the way through, knowing that I've looked after my own wellness as much as possible through the day, but also knowing that I've helped and supported people and have that sense of achievement and fulfillment, and knowing that I'm helping people and I know I can go to bed with a clear conscience, that to me is wellness. Going to bed and staying asleep and falling asleep and staying asleep, that to me is the ultimate sign of well-being.
For someone to be well, I think they have to be well in a lot of different aspects. So it's not just, it has nothing to do with an outward appearance in any way, shape or form. It's going to be more about how you feel within the temple that is your body, or the space that you're having to reside in. So wellness needs to be a few fold. It needs to be somewhere where you have that mind clarity. There's a sense of inspiration or motivation, but not just like, oh, I'm driven to do these goals, but it's like, oh, I'm inspired to be part of life again. You know, like you're inspired just to go out for a walk, or the little daily tasks don't feel so mundane or so heavy all the time. When someone's truly well, I think it's when you might not be on that perfect path to health, but you're putting all of the pieces together to be able to get your body moving. You know, like you feel it's not painful to move. It's not a struggle. It's not depressing. It might still be hard. Like I think is okay. Things can be hard and you can still be well, but you have the lightness in the brain and in the body to be able to move yourself.
Wellness means doing things that make me feel like sunshine. I think that is the best, most succinct way that I can put it, you know, and essentially taking care of my health in general.
I think it's showing up to your day, knowing that you've done your best and feeling good about how you're communicating or interacting with other people. I think as a busy mom and a tired mom back, you know, that when my kids were little, I wasn't showing up very well to the family, and I didn't like that. So I think knowing that at the end of the day, you did your best, you know, even if it was messy or, you know, not perfect, but just feeling like, okay, you know, I ate well, I got some exercise, and, you know, I had a good relationship with my family or good connection with the family today. So that's really, for me, that's important.
So for me, wellness is around our state, our internal state, and really how, for me, the metaphor is how full our cup is. Because if we take the other side of wellness, which is when we empty our cup by always being busy, always being on, always giving out to the world, then what we're doing is we empty our cup teaspoon by teaspoon until eventually it's empty. And when it's empty, we're empty. And so that's when the doorway to whether it's stress or anxiety, physical illness, all these things open up for us. And so wellness and well-being for me is when we're able to fill our cup by doing the things that help us most, both physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, if that's your thing. And what happens then is when we build these practices into our days, each time it just puts another drop into the cup to the point where our cup gets full and then it overflows out into the world. And so at a state of kind of optimum wellness, our cup is so full that we have more of ourselves. We're drawing from this infinite well of ourselves to give out to the world, to give out to our work, to our families, to our friends, to community, but also giving to ourselves at the same time.
Thank you for joining the Wellness Warriors podcast. It's been a pleasure to have you online with us. If you enjoyed the series, please leave your review, subscribe and follow, and we look forward to sharing many more stories with you in the future.